Today I will be giving you a Helm Hourglass guide. This will have tips for all players, pro players and new players. In the beginning of an Hourglass match, you're going to turn your wheel all the way to the right, raise your mast slightly above halfway. After that, you want to turn your wheel to the left about 3 or 4 pegs. You should always give left side of your ship. On left side of the boat, there are approximately 1, 2, 3 holes. On right side, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 holes. Some spawns you get may put you in a disadvantage. If you get a bad spawn like this one, rather than play it, just turn out and restart. Here I attempt to snipe the other ship. I aim in front of cannon line. If the opponent's ship is moving, you want to aim slightly in front of the cannon and lead your shots. If your opponent's ship is not moving, you want to aim directly at the cannon and shoot directly at the cannon. The mast is the second priority on the sloop to rep, that's why I rep it immediately after it gets hit. Sloop Helm has 3 main priorities in Sea of Thieves Hourglass. The number 1 priority will always be the wheel. You want to always keep the mast rep so you always have the option to move. The last priority will always be the hole, unless you have a hole on the right side of your ship. If you have a hole on the right side, you should rep that immediately. I immediately go and rep the very back hole that opens. If you have this very front hole here, or you have these very back holes here, you should rep them immediately. The very front holes and the very back holes in your ship get hit the least. Here my wheel is tripled, so I decide to put 1 rep on it so it's easy to move. Your wheel can either be tripled, your wheel can be doubled, or it could have been hit in only 1 time. If your wheel is tripled, you want to put 1 plank on it so it's maneuverable and you can turn your ship. If you're in a really good spot, you can put all 3 planks on your wheel and it will be fully repaired. When your mast gets chopped, it's very important that you catch it as soon as possible. If your mast drops in Sea of Thieves, you should raise it immediately, unless you have too much pressure and you're not able to. Here my mast gets chopped and my wheel gets tripled, which forces me into a tanking situation. Let's get those right sides if you can, they're on left side. Whatever side the ship is on, you should rep the opposite side holes and watch borders while tanking. You can also go for snipes in between. Here a boarder tries to climb my left ladder. When tanking, you should never be all the way downstairs in the sloop. You should always be second deck of watching the borders from the windows and top of ladders behind barrels, while your cannon reps deep holes. I will now be going over the border mindset. Wait patiently for them to completely climb the ladder, then use your blunder, then knock them off. You can stand right above the ladder and watch them from right here, which is very risky unless the ship is behind you. Right in front of you there and you need to watch them. You can either stand behind a wheel and watch them, which is safe, and you can fully blunder them off. If they're camping on the bottom of the ladder and you can't blunder them from here, you can stand here and blunder them off, or you can snipe them off from here. As long as it's safe and you're not going to get hit by the other ship's cannon. The ship is consistently cannoning at the ladder, and you cannot get there without getting 1 ball. You have 2 options. 1, you can watch from the window. 2, you can watch from here behind the cannon barrel. If you get a border off your ship, and you can raise the anchor, that's good. But if you can't raise it, don't force it. Careful. I'm gonna push him with you. Nice. Let's say this trap right here is a border. I'm gonna stay back and play safe. Unless I have my teammate and we agree to push the border. Here my cannon does a good job chopping the other ship's mast. So I have to slightly turn my wheel to the right so we slowly get back angle here. As a helm, you should always know what the other ship is doing. That's why I peek out the window here to look at what the other ship is doing. When I bucket, I have a bad habit of looking down. Bucketing in Sea of Thieves, you should always look straight ahead and never at the bottom of your hole. When you look straight ahead, you can focus on what the opponents are doing on their ship. When you turn your wheel, you should never ever hard right your wheel or hard left your wheel, which means turn your wheel all the way to the right or all the way to the left. Only slight adjustments. Here I have to rep these right side holes. I decide to go for a board here because we have low pressure in our ship. Spamming the E button in Sea of Thieves is known as pre-eating. Rather than waiting to get shot to eat, you can patiently wait for your opponent to hit you first, and you will already be halfway through the eating animation. This works especially well when you board someone's ship and there's 2 people versus 1. You will be able to consistently dodge your opponent's shot while pre-eating to stay alive. Whoops. Here I try to ladder juke my opponent. Get your opponent to use their blunder. By going to the top of the ladder and repeatedly tapping O, hopefully your opponent will get juked and you will be able to climb the top of the ladder. Since I still have low pressure in my ship, I decided to try to raise my mast and start moving. Here I am consistently moving while watching the border. I'm also watching for cannons. I also make sure to sit on top of the cannon barrel, which is very important. Here I have to raise the anchor that the border lowered. You never want your anchor lowered in a match. You should never lower your anchor for no reason. Unless you're in the storm and you have to lower it. Anchor is here. It's fine, I'll get you. They don't even have... Here I miss a snipe. Since my ship has such low pressure, I decide to wreck the 2 main holes on the ship, and then go for a board right after. We're able to double board here because of how much low pressure we have. Border, as expected, a border gets on our ship, but we're able to kill them. The one sand, it's in left water. There are 2 distinct ways to know when a border is near your ship. The first one is the noise the cannon makes when they shoot out. The second distinct way is the mermaid that pops up. Even when you're in the water, the mermaid will always pop up when there's someone in the water. Here I hug the wall to reduce knockback from cannons. By hugging the walls in Sea of Thieves, you can decrease the opponent's cannon's recoil. This will decrease the chances of you getting knocked off the hull while trying to rep it. Boarders will almost always go for the anchor when they board your ship. That's why we're able to immediately kill them. I decide to fully rep mast before moving this time, so it takes more than just 1 cannon to chop it. Or 1 chain shot. This causes the other ship to nose us, and I go for a board to keep them distracted. My MC then decides to go for a board. When my MC goes for a board, I should hop on the cannons as the helm and keep pressure. GG.